Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Cathi and I'm a coach for your twin flame process and your personal growth. Today I want to talk about a topic that are the requirements for fulfilled partnership with your twin flame. And I am talking about my own history or my own experiences in this process. You can write an email to info@twinflamelove.de or you can have a look at our website www.twinflamelove.de, and on the right side on the line above, there's a button where you can switch the language to English, and there you can have a look at our offers. So I can give you a coaching where we can go through your themes, where we can go through your process, and sometimes it is necessary to have another person or a coach on your side. And I can go in your energy field and I can solve all your problems you have with the help of the universe. And that's, I think, a really good thing for every topic, not just only with your twin flame. So if you want to have a look at it, just look at my website. My Instagram account is called twinflamelove2021 if you want to have a look, and I hope that we will hear you soon. So let's start. Yes. So what are the requirements for a fulfilled partnership with your twin flame? I want to tell you from my perspective, and I want to give you some hints for your way to yourself and to your twin flame. I know that the process is not easy, and I had 3 important steps towards this partnership. The first step is that I recognized that I am responsible for my feelings and only me and myself. The second step was the courage to go through the process and to deal with all these emotions. And the third step was the trust that everything is right and everything will come to the time when it has to come. So I want to tell you something about the 3 steps in detail. The first was the recognition that I am the creator of my own life and that I can create my life in the way I want and with the wishes I had. Because I was a person who just and only believed in the things she saw. So I just believed in all things that I can see and feel and look at. I don't have anything to do with spirituality till 2015. It was 2015, I think, yes. So then there was a cut and the beginning for me to meditate, and in that time I recognized how wrong I was. I recognized, there's no right and wrong, but I recognized how small my mind is and how big I really am and how fantastic the world is, which we can't see. And it was really a change for my whole life, and it inspired me, and it was, like open a door to a room you never walked in before. And it was a whole new world. And I told before in some episodes that it is possible to do the steps of the twin flame process with another partner. You can have it with another karmic partner, with a false twin, with a soulmate, that means soul sister or soul brother. And that is what I experienced too. And there you have too these parts of come together and go away, these push and pull, and all the things you can have with other partners in other relationship, not only with your twin flame. I started to meditate, and there were a lot of things in my life, relationships with a narcissism, and it was a point where I recognized that the narcissism is what it is, and I can't change the other person. But I noticed that I am not willing to deal with it anymore. I noticed that I am fed up with all of this. I wanted to go away, and I said, stop till that point and nothing more, no step more. I wanted to go away, and that was in a time where I didn't know my twin flame. It was just years before, but I know that I will never ever deal with this narcissism anymore. I don't want it. I had my self-worth, and I know that I am worth more of what I experienced till that time. And that was a decision I made, and this decision I could just made because of my meditations before, because I noticed that I am such a person of love, and I wanted to love, I wanted to give love, I wanted to deal with all this stuff about the shadows of my own and so on. To that time I was in a situation what is called the Karpman drama triangle, and that means that there's the persecutor, the rescuer, and the victim. So I was just and only the victim and at the same time I was the rescuer and I was the persecutor, and that's what the triangle says, because the roles can change every time. So we are all everything. And to that time I was the victim in this process, and it was just and only an ego process and problem, and I wanted to go away from it, but I didn't know how to deal with it. So because of the false twin in my life, I had the courage to deal with the problems in myself. I had the courage to go away from it, to deal with my emotions, to my negative thoughts, negative emotions, and all stuff like that. And that's what it is. It is a gift from the false twin for you. And no woman has to, in my opinion, no woman or no man has to deal with a narcissism, because we're all more worth than a narcissism can give you. So I stopped at this time. I was awakening, and I had the awareness what's going on with myself. And I had a long time before where I was just in my emotions and was so overwhelmed from my emotions, so that I was not able to go away from this false twin. So then I got the courage and break up also the contact and everything, and I never ever wanted to be in contact with this person anymore. And I began to meditate more and more, and to go through my shadows, to go through all of these negative thoughts and emotions. I had to go. So it was a feeling that I had to do it years before, but I always go around it. I never wanted to go through my shadows because I didn't have the courage to go through it. I had fear. I just had fear to look at it, to look at this negative thoughts and emotions, and I didn't know how to deal with it and what's coming up. And That's why I always go away and just meditate about the good things or some themes with the childhood and mother and father, but not important themes, just superficial. Yeah. And because of this experience with the narcissism, I encourage myself to go through this fear because I didn't have anything to lose. It was on Sylvester, New Year's Eve, and that was the time I thought that I had to go through it. I knew that it would be hard, that it would be pain, but I decided to go through it. It was on New Year's Eve a few years ago, and from that moment I dealt with the negative thoughts, emotions, and so on every single day for 1.5 years, I think. Yeah. And I didn't want it every day. I didn't want it really, but I know that it is important for me. I know that I'm doing it for myself, for my growth, for putting all this fear and all these feelings which blocked me away. Yeah. And it was painful. It was hard. I was sad. I was angry. I was everything. But every time I go through all these themes of myself, I was a little bit more free. I was a little bit more in love with my life, and I could work more and more with myself, and I came to myself. It sounds a little bit crazy because we are always in our body and we are always ourselves, but if we go through all these themes, and you will know what I mean when I talk about I gone through myself. Yeah, that was the second step, to have the courage to go through all these things. And then there was the third step, and that means if you are going through all these things, you are cleaning up your cellar. So clean up your cellar. There is so much which lies around in this cellar. There's so much which has to be cleaned up. So do it. And if you are doing it in the meditation, you will clean up many, many things. And if you are not doing it, it is like you are always keep the door closed and stand in front of the door so that nobody could come in your cellar. And you are holding back so much energy. You are holding back really so much of your life, and it costs a lot of power. Yeah, it costs a lot of power. But we are just keep the door closed the whole time because we don't want that anybody could hurt us. We just stand against it and push and don't want that anybody comes in because he could hurt us or she. So this power can be freed, and the ego will be smaller and smaller, and you will be more and more the person you want to be, and you will be the person who is always in the love, who is in the unconditional love, who you will be the person who is shining when you are coming in a room. Yeah. And you will be the person who stands by their self, who stand by yourself, and it doesn't matter how stressful and what's going on in the outside, you can stand by yourself. And that's the deeply and only freedom in yourself. And I think that everybody of you, and I wish that everybody of you can experience these feelings. These are the highest feelings in the universe, and I wish really everybody that you are going through all these things, and so that you can create a new level of energy, a new quality of your life, such a beautiful and inspiring life which you can't imagine right now. I think it is our right to be healthy, to be free, to be happy, and to be fulfilled. I think that is our right from the beginning of our life. It has not something to do with the egoism. It's just self-love, it is shining, it is your power, and it is the process of the soul. And that's what will happen. This is the process, and you are finding your way through all these things to yourself and to all the things your soul is coming in this life to create something, and you will create your own life and your life together with your soul. Yeah. So that means the requirement for a fulfilled relationship is that your partner, your twin flame, and you cleaned up your cellars. And that means that you cleaned up your emotions, your negative thoughts, and everything like that. Because you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, you are the room behind it. And we have to know that we are just the observer of our feelings and our thoughts. Yeah. We decide by ourselves which power these feelings have and these thoughts have, and what our belief in these thoughts and emotions is. And this is the awareness you need to have for a relationship with your twin flame. It is another level of relationship if you can say to your partner, hey, I'm not feeling well right now because you triggered this and this emotion in myself, and I am going a few minutes away. I want to be alone, and then we can talk about it later. And that is what you have to learn before you are going in this relationship. Yeah. And if you are right now in this push and pull phase, yeah, so one is the runner and one is the chaser, it can take a little time to the moment that one of you is saying, stop, I don't want it anymore, I am taking care of myself right now. And if you are taking care of yourself and go through this process, and your partner will do it the same way, then a little time later, every one of you knows how to deal with all these negative thoughts and emotions. That does not mean that we are always in harmony. My twin flame and I are in harmony for maybe 95% of the time. And sometimes we have discussions too. But you know how to deal with it, and that is the change. The feelings have no more the power over all of you, just the power for the moment, and you can go away for a while, and then you can have another solution for it. And with your twin flame, you always have the feeling of unconditional love. And sometimes I wish that I had known these things in the other relationships I had before, but it was a relationship with the ego perspective, and that's what it is. So everything was right to that time. But when I gone through the process and had the courage, I created the best relationship of my life. And that means I created the best relationship to myself, and I created the best relationship to the best man of all time for me, and to the unconditional love, to the universe. And I feel it like that. And before I get to know this unconditional love and all these feelings, I just see some films and some movies, and I thought, oh wow, why is it just a movie and is it real and something like that. But I know that it could be real if you want it. You just have to trust in the process and to trust the rhythm and the time and have the courage to go through it. Of course, no fear, just the courage. Yeah. So I hope these requirements can help you a little bit and can show you that it is not for nothing. If you are in this process right now, just go through it, go really through it, because I wish everyone could have these feelings like we have. It is very important to go this way and to go your own way. Of course, it's a process for yourself in the first step. Yeah, if you want to comment, you can write a comment or you can write an email. Have a nice day wherever you are, or a nice evening whenever you hear it. Bye!